every time I saw Dennis, he made me happy. And anyone who knows Dennis knows that Dennis would walk in a room and you'd know Dennis was there. There was an energy that Dennis had. He had a laugh that could fill the largest room in Howard County.
I think of Dennis as the mayor of Howard County. You could always count on Dennis to reflect what was happening in the community. But the wonderful thing about Dennis is he had such a sense of humor, and he could laugh at himself, laugh at the county, and we could laugh with him. To look at where we were living, how we could improve it, but to enjoy it while we were doing it.
In some ways, I think Dennis was our community's court jester. And I mean that in a positive way, in that in the traditional sense, the court jester was the only one who was allowed to poke fun at the king. Dennis could poke fun at the people in leadership positions in our community, the people in power, and do it in an affectionate way, because there was never any question that Dennis loved this community. But he would say the thing that the rest of us were thinking.
And he knew so much about Howard County. He knew so much about this area and the people that contributed to creating Howard County and Columbia. There are pictures of Jim Rouse and Dennis from the early days, and he speaks of him and how much he learned from him. And I think it was that individual that he was, that unique individual, that really gave him the ability to not care about what other people thought of how he went about being a community leader. He found his own way to do it.
Dennis was fearless, and he had the gift for being able to address issues and take on people, but he never did it in a mean-spirited way. He was brutally honest, and he would tell you what his take on something was and what his opinion was, but he never had any personal attacks.
How in-depth he knew issues and how he came to evaluate and address things that I read about and I knew about, but he knew them at such a deep level. And it wasn't just because he read them or he talked to people. He would visit sites and he would call people, and he was almost kind of an investigative reporter, but he wasn't really a reporter. He was just being Dennis.